Hello everyone, Efrans welcoming you to Farm for Profit Uganda, where farming meets excellence. Today we are at Kansundo village behind the secondary school at Commercial African Aquaponics. This is a center of knowledge, a center of skills where African catfish is farmed. We are going to see everything concerning catfish. Have you ever thought of joining this venture? Have you ever thought of how catfish is farmed at home, not from ponds, not from the lakes, not from the rivers, but at home? Let's see how Mr. and Mrs. Mlamata Charles Kayongo are doing it. They've done this venture for 15 years down the road. It is so interesting. Join France to see how Mr. and Mrs. Mlamata are doing it. See you there. Mr. Charles, you're most welcome, and we are so delighted to be hosted at your farm, Kakana Commercial African Aquaponics.
Thank you for coming.
We are so delighted to have you. This is a center of knowledge as far as catfish is concerned. He's going to tell us, he's going to take us through what it means. How do they feed? At what age do they put them from? How everything is done as far as fish farming is concerned. We are so delighted to have you, Mr. Mlamata, at your farm. Here we are with Mr. Charles Kayongo, and he's going to take us through all about African catfish. He's going to tell us, what does catfish means? Was it cat? Is it cat to be farmed? Everything is going to be found at Kakana, next Budo Senior Secondary School, a center for resource center for skills. If you're there interested in fish farming, especially the catfish, he's the right person to take you through all about fish farming. Mr. Mlamata can be reached on 0702 64 30 27. Those using MTN, 0776 643 027. He's ready and willing. He's available at the farm 24/7. If you have a group, the women, the youths, and you're ready to invest in African catfish farming, please reach out to Mr. Mlamata. He is the right person. He has all the skills. He has all the experience. He has done this job commercially for 15 years down the road. Experience is the best teacher. See you there.
Thank you.
Mlamata, we are most welcome as Farm for Profit Uganda to your farm.
You're very welcome.
Kindly tell us more about this venture.
Okay. Now, our venture looks like this. This is the organogram of what our venture looks like. We've got a hatchery, which is at Nakabugo, and we believe that we need to specialize in the different categories of fish farming in the whole value chain.
Yes.
We have a hatchery. Here we grow fish after it is hatched for 10 to 20 days.
Yes.
And fish at this level is being sold at 100 Uganda shillings.
Yes.
At the end of that period, it will be 1 gram.
Mm-hmm.
Then it is taken on by people of nursery 2. There it spends 30 days. It grows to 3 to 5 grams. And there we sell it at 200 Uganda shillings
Per
piece.
Yes.
Then it comes to nursery 2. At nursery 2, Again, the fish will spend there 30 days, and it will grow to 10 grams, and there it will be 400 to 500 Uganda shillings.
Okay.
Now, this is the most important component of this industry.
Yes.
Because this is the yuga chick of fish farming. We are supplying you the quality seed that has been proven through this whole process.
They are also called seeds.
It is called a fish seed.
Fish seed.
Yes. Now,
okay.
This seed is the one which has got the potential to awaken the huge underperforming infrastructure of more than 25,000 ponds that we already have in the country. So all those people who are farming fish in ponds, your success is in stocking the quality seed of 10 grams.
And at Kakana?
At Kakana, we supply a seed of 10 grams. In the industry, if you go out there, you'll find that most of our pond fish farmers, they buy fish which is 1 gram, 1.5, 2 grams, maximally 3 grams. Fish of this size is very vulnerable. It has got a lot of challenges. It has got predators. It is weak. It is still a baby. You put it in an environment of the pond, it is going to have challenges. What most people are doing, they are putting a hopper. When you put fish in the hopper, mind you, first of all, you are going to feed it at a very high cost. You'll be spending feeds which are about 6,500 per kilo. And then the chances of the fish surviving very well in a hopper are slightly limited. So we want to save you from going through the hopper. Fish comes from here directly into the ponds, and then you can grow it from the ponds. At only 4 months gestation period, it will reach to 1 kilogram, which is market ready.
Okay.
What does this mean? This means that if you can grow fish for 4 months, instead of growing it for 12 months or 8 months or 6 months, you have 3 seasons in a year. This automatically makes you commercial.
So every at Kakana,
quarter? Every quarter, you can have a produce.
Yes.
So at Kakana, we are concentrating on commercial viability of the industry. This is commercial African aquaculture.
Yes.
So we are into this industry for the commercial viability. With that background, this is where we are in Ibudo. Here, we are at Nakabugo, where we hatch fish. This is also at Nakabugo, and this is at Ibudo. So here we sell the quality seed, which you can use in your ponds.
So at Kakana, I don't expect someone to come with money to buy fish to go home and eat?
No.
This is a nursery?
Here we deal with nursery fish.
Nursery fish.
Yes.
And someone there is interested in beginning this venture. This is the right place to come and begin the venture at Kakana. You said at nursery 1, 30 days, a fish is sold at 200 shillings.
Exactly.
Then when it comes to nursery 2, that is 30 days, a fish is sold at 400 when it weighs 10 grams.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mulamata.
Now, a bit of clarification. I would like to save the population from this area.
Yes.
This is a very sensitive area. And despite the fact that we have a lot of fish, but it has got a lot of mortality.
Yes.
Here, fish is still very delicate. And if you have never farmed fish before, it will not be wise to start at this area. This is the place where I need people to start, where I recommend people to start. But if you start at this area, fish at 3 grams is fairly strong enough. You can feed it with feeds which are not very expensive.
Yes.
And since it is growing in only in 30 days. It means you have got a turnover of a month.
Okay.
The mistakes that you made last month, you can correct in the next month without carrying it over. So this is the same thing that we are trying to replicate here. We have cut the gestation period from 12 months or from 6 months to only 4 months. That means that short period enables you to retain the interest in what you are doing and immediately see the results.
Okay.
Not only that, feeds that you give to animal for 4 months, for 6 months, is much less than what you give
to fish
for 4 months.
Okay.
And of course, another thing is that the feeds we use in this area, because this fish is already mature, you are going to be able to give it feed that you can produce on your farm.
Okay.
Feed which is slightly less expensive. If you use Kafika here, which is 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, at an FCR food conversion ratio of 2, your fish is already a very expensive fish. But if you are growing this fish with the feeds that you are producing on the farm, it means that at farm gate price of 5,000 per kilo, you can feed your fish within 3,000 shillings.
Okay.
And then you get a profit of 2,000.
Okay.
Here, though we are targeting the existing infrastructure of ponds, which is more than 25,000 ponds of an average size of 500 meters square.
Yes.
There is a new technology of tank. There's also a new technology of cage, which is well known by now. This is coming, but this requires when you have access to the large body of water.
Okay.
That's where tank becomes unique. Tank, you can put it up anywhere. In your backyard, in your front yard, or even on the rooftop, you can put tank.
Okay.
A place where you would put chicken or poultry, like in this room, you can see that we have put tanks and we are able to farm fish.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you've been told from the chart, now we are at the point of tank, the nursery 2, whereby everyone, you can afford this business right from your home. No going to lakes to get there a plot of land to begin farming. No. Right from, you don't need a swampy area, because as far as climate change is concerned, that is not allowed. So, and the population is so much increasing, meaning we need food on a daily basis. Yes, Mr. Charles.
So here we are with our tank. These tanks are the ones which you can regularly see on all streets, on all roads.
Yes.
This is an IBC, International Bulk Container. We fill it with water, we put an aeration system, and we circulate the water. Our system is based on a recirculation system, which means we reuse the water. We do not pour out the water that is dirty. We just clean the water and use it again.
Okay.
This water can be used perpetually. We can use it from year 1, year 2, year 3, the same water. So in a place whereby we don't have access to a lot of water, like in, for example, here in Ibudo, we are relying on rainwater.
Yes.
So, but you cannot tell me that, look, it didn't rain, so I cannot farm my fish. This is water which I collected some time back. So it is available to me, and it is a resource that I'm using profitably. Now, with this, we have to put aeration system. That's an aeration system whereby air is pumped through the water such that oxygen is supplied in the water. With that oxygen, the fish can breathe, it can digest, and it can be very comfortable. In the process also, we take out the waste, the fish waste, and take it out into a filter. Okay. This is a specially designed system, strictly made for recirculating the water. For
the goodness of the fish
to continuously clean the water so that fish is healthy.
Okay.
Yes. Stock, we extract the eggs and we hatch the fish. So from our hatchery that I showed you up there, fish comes to us when it is at level 2. That means when it is 3 grams. From there, it comes here and it is 3 grams. Then we feed it for 30 days and it attains 10 grams.
All right.
This is the different types of feed that we use. Now, This one, we use a very highly specialized food called gemawin for the fish when it is newly hatched at the hatchery.
Okay.
Now, we again use gema of a slightly thicker, bigger grain for the next generation of fish.
Okay.
Then after that, we give a 1 gram. This is a kafika feed. This is not, it's not very specialized. Catfish and tilapia will eat almost the same feed. Since we don't have catfish feeds of this size, we use tilapia feed that is supplied by kafika.
Okay.
Then we have feeds for the mature fish, which is slightly bigger.
Stage?
This is at a stage of when we are about to sell it out at 10 grams.
Okay.
That means it has been eating this. Now, when we are about to supply it to the farmer, we use the feeds which we produce, which is produced locally, so that the farmer can easily continue to feed with the feed which the fish is used to, without a lot of separation of the gross.
So, where do you get these feeds from?
We've got a supplier who gives us this feed, but otherwise this is available from the market, and this one is imported.
Okay.
So that's why I want to. I don't want to encourage people to go for the fish at the early stage, at the hatchery, nursery 1. Everything in that area is very complicated
and sensitive.
And very sensitive, and the mortality is very high. We've been in this industry for a very long time.
Yes.
We have some little bit of knowledge of how to do it.
Yes.
Now, when we go to this stage at nursery 2, anybody can do nursery 2, and anybody can do the grow out.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So we want to see the real catfish.
So waliwo buno bwosobola okulaba.
Oh my God. You see the fish fighting to eat. Very beautiful, interesting. Mr. Charles,
Yes.
this tank contains like how many fish?
10,000.
10,000.
Yes.
And they are at what stage?
Now these ones are about 3 grams.
3
no,
grams?
about 4 grams.
So they are about to be supplied to the farmer?
No, we supply at 10 grams.
At 10 grams. How long do they take to reach this stage?
30 days.
30 days. Oh, how often do you feed them?
You feed them 4 times a day.
4 times a day. So before putting the feeds, we are not seeing any fish. They sense that food is coming.
That is catfish for you. It is always hiding.
Oh.
It is always hiding.
Why is the place?
The place
dark?
is dark because catfish, especially young. With catfish, one of the key management principles, you must grade the fish.
Grading the fish.
Yes. When I speak about this industry, I talk about a tank. But actually I mean 3 tanks. You have to have a minimum of 3 tanks. Here we have 4 tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a reservoir tank for us to keep the water that we take from the other. Now with 3 tanks, that means the stocking tank is 1, whereby you bring all the fish, say 10,000, and every 1 week.
From nursery. That is nursery.
From the hatchery.
From the hatchery.
From the hatchery, but nursery 1.
Okay.
So I bring fish when it is 3 grams, and every 1 week I must grade it to take out the shooters. Because if I don't take out the shooters...
What are the shooters?
Shooters are those fish species that grow very fast. Genetically, they are superior. They eat the same food, but for some reason or another, for them they grow fast. Even it's there in human beings. You can be born together,
But-
the same father, same mother, but one guy is very tall,
Yes.
and the other one is short and
Yes.
thin.
So how do you identify the shooters?
We use graders. We have got a grading net.
Okay.
Now, when we bring that fish, we pass it through a grader of different sizes, such that we can, these are different sizes. So the first grader is this, and the second grader is this.
So the shooter, you use which?
So the shooter, there will be shooter at all stages.
Okay.
In the beginning, when we put this, some of them, the small ones will go through, the big ones will remain, so we put them in another tank. Then for the second week of grading, we'll use this one, and we'll take out the big ones, and the small ones will remain, and put them in another tank.
So we are still looking at the three tanks.
If you don't do that, and you put all your fish in one tank for 1 month,
yes,
if you put 10,000, don't get surprised to find that you have got only 3,000 or 4,000.
The rest will be where?
The rest will be in the stomach of those big ones.
Catfish and net dancers.
They are not done. They have got cannibalism. So in order for you to be able to make the money,
yes,
this is a numbers game. It's not the size. We don't like your big fish.
Yes.
But when it ate 10 pieces of those, we like the numbers because you are going to sell piece by piece.
It is a commercial.
That is the commercial requirement. Yes. Another advantage is that it is very, very important that when you sell the fish, it is of uniform size.
Oh.
Because when you sell them to somebody who's going to put them in the ponds, ponds are a bit problematic for somebody to grade because you have to release all the water and then you have to put the water again. Even if he's going to put them the hopper, as I told you in the beginning, the hopper idea is cumbersome. So it is better that you give them the fish which is of a uniform size so that when they grow them onwards, the chances of cannibalism is reduced. So start with this tank, grade it to the next tank, grade it to the third tank, and by the time we reach the third tank, almost the fish is ready to go. Now, another advantage of grading is that if you are operating a nursery and you bring in fish at 3 grams,
yes,
the industry already accepts 3 grams. In fact, it accepts 1.5 to 2 to 3 grams. So even if I brought the fish yesterday, somebody can walk in here and say, he wants to buy fish. I can sell this fish to him.
Really?
If I bought it at 200, I can sell it at 250 without even putting in a lot of money in food and whatever. I can get 50 shillings per piece.
So it is a profitable venture.
So this is a very profitable venture because you can sell fish at any time.
At any stage.
At any stage. Because the gestation period is just 1 month.
1 month when the...
Even if you grew it to the 10 grams, it's just 1 month. In 1 month, the fish should be ready.
Mr. Kayong, how are you finding the market of this kind of fish?
The market of fingerlings is very, very good because it is the fingerlings that is required for us to grow the fish to the size that we need it on the table.
Yes.
Yes. So this is an intermediate stage that we have to go through when we are to produce fish for the table.
So from this tank, you use the...
We use the grader
to
take out to the shooters and put them into the next tank.
Do you first remove all the water or the system?
We have to first remove the water.
Oh.
In fact, that's the advantage with the tank.
Okay.
That it is easier to remove the water than it is easier than cage.
It is the system that removes the water.
We just switch we just pump out the water and then put it back.
The same water?
The same water.
Oh.
Also here, but here, what we are doing in this place, we have these tanks as independent stocking tank. So when I start to stock for optimal utilization of this space, I'll stock 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 of the same size.
Yes.
And then when it comes to grading, I'll grade here. So whatever I take out from there, which is a shooter, I'll bring it in these tanks, which are...
In case a farmer has come.
No. We grade when the farmer is not here. When he comes, he finds the fish is ready.
Oh.
Yes. This one is our internal management activity.
Oh.
And we know that whether the farmer comes or not, we must grade at this particular size, at this particular date, and then keep our fish in uniform size. So when the farmer comes, when a customer comes, somebody from the pond, he'll tell us, I want fish
of this size.
Of this size.
Yes.
Or you tell us, okay, I want fish. Then we'll show him the various variety. In fact, this is another advantage of this system. That you have got a variety of goods to sell.
Yes.
So a customer picks according to his pocket. If you had only one special size, then you disagree on the price.
Yes.
You lose the customer.
So but you have a variety.
Here you can have from 3 grams, 5 grams, 10 grams, we even have 20 grams. So when a customer walks in, we tell him, look, 3 grams is 250 Uganda shillings.
Each?
Yes. 5 grams is 350. 10 grams is 450 or 500, depending on the quantity. So this gives you a very big spectrum to be able to sell your fish.
Okay.
Now, what we grade from there, because if I bring in 10,000, in most cases I'll find out about 500 will be shooters. So I can put them in these half tanks, which we are put in a storage building.
So these tanks are for shooters?
These tanks are for shooters.
All right. Then after they've reached a certain stage, you put the shooters where?
No. When a customer walks in, all this is his product. You can sell him from there, from here, from the shooters, whatever size that takes his fancy. Another advantage is that shooters are of the same size, of the same period as the other standard fish. So here I can sell it to him at a discount.
Okay.
Because they have eaten the same food.
Yes.
If they have been here for 1 week, 1 week they use the same electricity, the same water, the same labor. Food. So if I'm selling it at 250, I can sell it at 220. Without making loss to myself, but then I end with a happy customer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So catfish farming is real profitable. Then these big ones, they go at how much?
The big ones, those ones that you have seen, we sell them at about 1,000 Uganda shillings.
1,000.
That's about 20 grams and above.
At their stage, are they ready to be
eaten?
Eaten?
No.
Not yet.
Now, the eating idea is very funny. It is your fish. You eat it at any level that you want. So there's no restriction.
Because even mukene,
if we can eat mukene, then you can eat your fish. Okay. But then, as I said, we are mostly focusing on commercial viability. You eat the fish at that level, you are losing
money.
Yes.
Oh.
Why not get the money, go buy a big mature fish and eat that?
Okay.